There is a time to come and a time to leave, and the time to leave has come. This is a well-known saying that I can relate to now. The term of government that was appointed in November of 2015, of which I have been part of, has ended following the elections of September 26, 2016. A very short period of governance where government dealt with the ongoing concerns, while new issues, positive and challenging, had to be dealt with head-on. I am most grateful and humbled for the opportunity to have been asked and vetted to serve my country as the Minister of Tourism, Economic Affairs, Transport, and Telecommunication. I want to first start by giving thanks to the Almighty Father for giving me the strength, wisdom, and health to be able to take up this challenge. The Governor, Dr. Randall Eugene Holliday, for his professional working relationship and guidance, and I also would like to make use of this opportunity to congratulate him on his reappointment as the Governor. I wish him strength and wisdom. To my fellow colleague ministers of the ongoing Marlin Cabinet, thanks for your support and understanding. Ladies and gentlemen, it will be remiss of me not to single out at this time the Member of Parliament, MP Sylvia Matzer, who approached me and asked if I wanted to serve our island as the Minister of Tourism, Economic Affairs, Transportation, and Telecommunication during a very tumultuous time in our political history since acquiring our new status some 6 years ago. Let it be clear that this request and my consent to serve was done on the basis of my professional merits. Having worked in the banking industry, the hospitality industry, being the Human Resource Director of the first 5-star resort on St. Martin, Port-au-Prince, owning my own businesses, several businesses here on the island, and working as the project coordinator for the $180 million project, the now Down Beach Resort and Spa. Also, as a civil servant, I felt that this challenge is one that I could handle. Thank you, MP Matzer, for your confidence and for your support during the government term, and also for your vision and wisdom for this island. Furthermore, I must pause to give special words of gratitude to all with whom I had the privilege to work with, including the Secretary General, Mr. De Wever, of the Ministry of TIAT, the department heads, Mr. Lucien Wilson of the Transportation Department, Mr. Lou Holly of the Civil Aviation Department, Mrs. Vicencia Rosen Sandiford of the Bureau Intellectual Properties, Mr. Anthony Carty of the BTP, Bureau Telecommunication, and all the other civil servants, my loyal staff of the Cabinet of the Minister, my loyal driver and personal assistant who was always there at my side, the ladies who served us during the Council of Ministers meeting, the security staff here at this government building that always greeted me every morning and assisted me. I also would want to thank the managing directors and staff of the government-owned companies, Mr. Mark Mingo, Bertrand Peters, Ishel Musikan of the Harbor Holding Company, Mr. Peterson of the caretaker of the Airport Holding Company, the supervisory board of the PJIA, the managing director, the acting director, Mr. Larry Dunker, and Susie Cortocomo, and all the other staff that I had the privilege of working with. To all of you, I say thank you from the bottom of my heart for your dedication and assistance during my tenure. Thank you for working with me. As the closure of this government term, 2015-2016, ends, I look back with some nostalgia, some pride, also with some regret at the past 6 months, 10 months period. I hope to have left the ministry to be better equipped to handle the challenges than when we took office. I take this opportunity to present to you the accomplishments of the ministry and government-owned companies that I was responsible for. My main focus at this point, as I already stated in previous press releases, was to ensure that St. Martin have a year-round tourism season full of activities. And one of them was to continue with the St. Martin Heineken Regatta, the Carnival in April and May, and also we started with the introduction of the St. Martin Music Festival. This festival will become an annual event. This electronic music festival took 5 days and 5 nights and successfully hosted more than 2,000 visitors from around the world. Another event that is planned to fill the so-called low season is the introduction of the leisure sports gaming, the World Series Poker Caribbean. While focusing on developing other niche markets such as the sport tourism, the cabinet of my ministry took advantage of the many casinos on the island and has initiated the phenomenon of sport tourism in gaming destination. Sport tourism in the gaming industry is one of the fastest growing segments of the tourism industry that can have an economic impact on the host city.
What inspires you? Is it nature in all her glory? What excites you and fills your heart with joy? Is it his smile that brightens a room like the colors of the rainbow? What makes you feel vibrant and alive?
Make your Christmas colorific with Berger. Shop now and get from 25% off premium Berger paints and from 10% off Magic Coat at participating dealers.
Need a loan that's quick and easy. Island Finance. Up to 50,000 guineas real easy. Island Finance. For education, yes. A renovation. That's no problem. Yes, it's true. That's not all. They're quick and friendly too. Island Finance. Appliances, vacations, even fix your car. You can depend on Island Finance.
Life is a journey full of connections. You're in safe hands, even when life starts too soon. You don't have to miss a single beat. When a bad hair day makes you sad, just sharing can bring you joy and more to come. They take the plunge, turn fear into faith, while you capture those beautiful moments. In the game of life, it's family that counts. They'll be there even when you lose. We all have our moments of reflection and hope. And when you feel you're losing everything in life, we're there because there's more to come. When life starts too soon, you don't have to miss a single beat. We're here to connect you and share life. Telcel, when you want more.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
The newest and latest products are already in St. Martin, available at the Fresh Market for only a few days. Come and check out the spectacular steam iron, the amazing Thompson sharpener to recover the edges of your old blade. Convert any regular blender to a professional extractor with the filter. Save toothpaste and keep your toothbrushes in order with the toothpaste dispenser. Mopping your house just became easier with the Magic Mop. And ladies, get ready to sweat with the Slimming Shapers vest. All this and more available for only a few days from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday to Sunday at the Fresh Market in Madame Estate.
As we speak, the Council would advise is in the process, they've said today, to send the draft budget 2017 to the governor. The process is that once the governor receives their comments, that will be forwarded to the Council of Ministers for their reaction and comments on the comments made by the Council of Advice. And if necessary, the responses will return to the Council of Advice, and then the path is cleared for it to go to Parliament for decision making. The aim is, and the attempt is, to get the budget 2017 passed before the end of this year. I also like to report that the dividends from the central bank to the tune of 9.2 million has been received, which is, of course, welcome news. And as I reported before, as far as casinos are concerned, the casinos, according to reports I received from the island receiver, have paid down substantially on their arrears and have all signed agreements for monthly payments going forward. So that too is on track. The CFC wrote its mid-year report on the financial situation of St. Martin and identified that the income, the revenues we had projected for 2016 is not keeping track with what has been projected. The economic, worldwide economic decline, loss of cruise ships, decline in payment of TOT because of less business activity has had its impact on revenues for this year. As a result, the CFC reported to the Kingdom government that the budget 2016 no longer meets the norms of the Kingdom law on supervision. And as a result, they recommended that St. Martin no longer is in a position to borrow. The letter written by the CFC to the Kingdom government is one that I do not support, I do not agree with. They do not take into consideration information that we have provided, including the expectation of the payment of the dividend from the central bank. Not only that, but the other windfall that will be coming in is from the amassed revenues from water reserves from GBE, for which there is a fixed proposal on the table, and hopefully next week that will be finalized. That will also produce another 17 million guilders in income. Notwithstanding this information, the CFT disregarded all this information, wrote to the Kingdom government, and the result that has had is that the 26 million guilders that we had for a rollover of the debt going back to 10-10-10, that the Kingdom government decided that they no longer would subscribe to a rollover of that 26 million because it would constitute a new loan, but instead offered to extend the existing 26 million guilders loan for a period of 7 years at an attractive interest rate of 0.5%, and the first 2 years, no payments. As of the third year, however, there will be per annum an amount approximately 5 million guilders that we will have to pay down on that loan to be able to pay it off in 7 years. So it's a mixed feeling we have about that. One, it's a cheaper way of, it's a cheaper financing mechanism for us. On the other hand, it will not give us the long-term repayment schedule we had in mind with that bond that we had submitted to the central bank. On the other hand, with this method, this loan will be paid off in 7 years as opposed to only paying interest for the next 15 years and having a balloon payment at the end of 15 years.
Oh my, what an inventory list, and so unnecessary. But wait, your home contents are all insured by Be Sure. That means that you determine the amount you want to insure. No inventory list, no hassle.
Are you be sure? Be sure.
Bob, I can understand why you're parking so carefully. Of course, when you can get 80% discount on your Be Sure car insurance. But that's overdoing it, Bob.
Are you be sure? Be sure.
Yeah!
What inspires you? Is it nature in all her glory? What excites you and fills your heart with joy? Is it his smile that brightens a room like the colors of the rainbow? What makes you feel vibrant and alive?
Make your Christmas colorific with Berger. Shop now and get from 25% off premium Berger paints and from 10% off Magic Coat at participating dealers.
It is with pleasure that I would like to inform the general public that the NIPA, the National Institute for Professional Advancement, recently held meetings with EPI Aruba representatives. EPI is the similar educational institute in Aruba which handles intermediate professional education. And in its efforts to expand the level 3 and 4 programs, which they hope to offer soon, a 3-man delegation from EPI Aruba concluded very successful 3-day meetings and discussion session with the board and management of NIPA. The delegation consisted of Mr. Ryan Maduro, Dean of Academic Affairs, Mrs. Iraika Yanes, Director of Education, and Mr. Andres Heerman, Dean of Academic Affairs for Hospitality and Tourism Affairs. The discussions with NIPA centered on the innovations and 2020 plans of EPI, as well as discussions regarding common areas for collaboration and cooperation that could materialize in a living document and articulation agreement. Common areas for cooperation and collaboration were the sharing of expertise, technical support to NIPA in the form of curriculum development, renovation and innovation, lifelong learning and adult education courses, as well as best practices and areas for mutual development and opportunities for third-party partnerships. The visit was concluded with a debriefing between the visiting EPI delegation, the school management, and the board. As well as an evaluation was conducted and future planning sessions were planned. Students of the Culinary Arts Department of NIPA prepared and served, of course, with guidance from their instructors, an impressive and tasty 3-course meal for the visiting delegation, as well as invited guests, which I was a part of, and must say that they received rave reviews for such. At the end of the evening, I presented a letter to the delegation to take back to their Minister of Education, outlining the willingness to strengthen ties and expand the current relationship between the countries, as well as to outline St. Martin's future willingness to cooperate with Aruba, in the area of education. The team from EPI and an advisory team from NEPA will continue their discussions and seek to finalize the articulation agreement between the institutions in the very, very near future. I believe that is a great step forward for the NEPA Institute, and I congratulate them on taking this initiative in further expanding the level of courses being afforded to our local St. Martiners. Also, I would like to inform the general public that UNESCO it's in the last 2 weeks that young people will be able to send a message to education authorities of Latin America and the Caribbean by launching the second phase of the Tell Them What You Want to Learn campaign. The UNESCO Regional Bureau of Education for Latin America and the Caribbean is working with other organizations in the region to implement the second phase of an online consultation, which asks young people between the ages of 15 and 25 to, quote, tell them what you want to learn, unquote. The first phase of the consultation implemented from June 14th to July 14th of this year showed that young people want to learn about a wide range of topics and to open themselves up for learning about pending issues for today's world. The preliminary results illustrate young people's desire to learn in settings beyond schools and the traditional forms of teaching. The consultation allows young people to express their thoughts on what types of learning they consider to be relevant, how they want to learn, and the topics and methods that are most interesting to them. The ideas and answers received will help the rethinking and redesigning of education in the future. The online consultation was launched to get young people's perspective on how particularly goal number 4, quote, to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education promote lifelong learning opportunities for all, unquote, in the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, and how these can be achieved. This global commitment was adopted by over 193 countries and is now in need of adaptation to the realities of Latin America and the Caribbean. In order to do this, it is pivotal that the opinion of our young people are obtained to guide the educational policies of the next years, and therefore also very important to us. The deadline to submit input is October 30th of 2016, so less than 2 weeks away. UNESCO Regional Bureau of Education for Latin America and the Caribbean, with headquarters in Santiago, Chile, was created in 1963 for the purpose of assisting the region's 37 member states, which include St. Martin, in the definition of strategies to further development of their education policies. The short survey, which comprises of less than 10 questions, can be done online in the English language or the Spanish language. Take part, so I encourage you, young people between the ages of 15 and 25, to take part. Go online, share your opinions by visiting the following link: http://on.unesco.org/1L-Q2V9. This will be sent to the media digitally so that they will be able to get it exactly right, so that all will have that opportunity between the ages, of course, of 15 and 25. For further information, you can also follow the news at their Facebook page, UNESCO Santiago.
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
This last week, an ambulance, I don't know if you want to call it exploded or burnt or fire, whatever it is, but an ambulance was destroyed. Can you tell us what impact this has on the ambulance department? Further to that, was it fully insured? And how much St. Martin will be getting back, the insurance company will be paying compared to the cost of the ambulance and equipments?
Good morning. No, I do not have that information on hand. I know all government vehicles had insurance. After a number of years, the all-risk insurance is changed to a third-party insurance, but I know we made a decision sometime years ago that vehicles like ambulances and whatnot, have to maintain the all-risk insurance. So I do not have the details of anything as it pertains to the incident. What we have discussed this week is the status of the purchase of new ambulance. I am not sure whether they had already, the order was placed, I believe so. So we are expecting, I think, 2 new ambulances in the course of the months. It is not something that it's like you go down by a car dealer and pick up a RAV4 or a Hyundai and drive it up. They're special order vehicles that need to be ordered months in advance, and that was done.